So me and one of my homies was talking the other day about how now that we're getting older, a lot of women that we're running into have children. Except he was frustrated. He felt like dating a single mother was difficult, for him anyway. And I had to be honest, like, yeah, single mothers ain't for everybody. More specifically, they're for grown men only. And when I say that, I don't mean that single mothers are better or worse to date than women without children. What I mean is a woman without children may have a little bit more time for you to grow out of certain shit a single mother don't. For example, if the only planning that you do beforehand to spend time with a woman is a what you doing text message, you're not ready to date a woman with children. Not only does she have to find a babysitter, but she already splits time between her full-time job and being a full-time mother. So the little time she does have left is just not at your disposal. It's like when you're younger, you're dealing with girls who don't have children, maybe don't have a whole lot on their plate, so fine, anything goes. But as you grow up, you're going to deal with women who are busy, and they're going to require you to make plans. Like I said, a single mother basically has two full-time jobs. So if you're still doing little boy shit like trying to play mind games or being inconsistent with your communication, then you're not ready for her. Her day is pretty much one big marathon of multitasking, so she ain't got time to be running behind you to see why you haven't hit her up. And besides, a grown-ass man wouldn't make her do that anyway. Like, if you're only going to be so available to her because of what you already have on your plate, then cool, be honest with her up front. But if you start off strong and then expect her to come pursue you once you go missing, forget it. And I know some dudes are scared to date women with children because the child's father may still be in the picture, but that's a childish insecurity to require that a woman has no communication with anybody from her past. But that also depends on what kind of woman you're used to, because some women will delete every mail out of their phone to keep an insecure man happy, but when you're dealing with a mother who co-parents, it's not happening. And if you really want what's best for both the woman and her child, you're going to want both biological parents to be in the picture and support whatever she has to do to make that happen. Like, you can't talk down about a deadbeat mom who keeps a man's child from him, yet essentially pressure a woman to do the exact same thing because you're jealous of her child's father. So yeah, whenever you hear a man say that it's so difficult to date a woman with children, typically what he means is that it requires him to be further along in his maturation as a man than what he is. For those guys, please don't feel obligated. There are plenty grown men who would rather not miss out on a potentially great wife than to only date girls who give them an extension on the time it takes to be an adult. So I made a video yesterday, and a lot of y'all saw it and gave me some great feedback, and it was about single mothers. How single mothers are strictly for grown men. But unfortunately, there was a little confusion as to what I meant by saying that single mothers are for grown men only. I did not mean that women without children don't deserve grown men. It's like, whereas a woman without children can maybe help mold you into a man, single mother's already raising a child into an adult. She ain't got time to be raising an adult child into an adult. And I saw some guys saying, I don't want to date a single mother because I'll never be her priority. It's like, that's a great reason not to date a single mother, because you won't be. While you're at it, don't plan on dating a woman with any kind of goals or dreams that she's pursuing, because you won't be her priority either. I mean, if her whole world has to revolve around you for you to want her, you got growing up to do. And I also heard some guys say, you know what, I want to be able to start my family from scratch with a woman. That's why I don't date single mothers. And I kind of understand, because a lot of women feel the same about dating single fathers. But a lot of those same guys will get with a woman who doesn't have children and wants to start a family and tell her that he's not ready to settle down for years on end. So then it seems to me that the problem isn't that he wants to start a family from scratch. The problem is family isn't even on his mind. He just has temporary intentions. And the thing is, single mothers just aren't for temporary people. They can't have men running in and out their lives, because that means that man is running in and out their children's lives as well. And that's not happening. And then I heard a guy say, well, since the baby father is in the picture, a single mother is more likely to cheat, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, in case you haven't noticed, there are girls out here with no children who will get a train ran on them while they take your phone call and ask you what you want to eat for dinner that night. Then you have people who do have children and they still cheat. I mean, look at Peter Guns. He got like 7 kids, and I don't think he's ever not cheated. So if a person's unfaithful, they're just unfaithful. Basically what I'm saying is, any man that's turned off by a single mother strictly because she's a single mother probably doesn't have the maturity to handle her anyway, or a woman who plans on having children in the future. So for the ladies who do have children who are even slightly stressed about a lot of guys not wanting them, please don't. A lot of guys weren't qualified to begin with.